Hello friends, welcome to Code Crush Coding. In this video, we are going to cover the string related interview questions in Python. We have already covered the different type of data types that are supported in Python. You can watch the previous video. In this video, we will just cover the data type string and some of the methods that are inbuilt in Python that can be used with the string data type variables. So let's start with the questions. Before that, here we have one string, and we know string is a sequence of characters. So all these characters are stored in zeros and one in the binary format in the computer, and these particular string that we stored that are indexed. Like for each character, we can able to access that character with the help of index number. So if you assign a value code crush to a particular variable, so that will be of string type. Let me show you in the demo. Let's say you have one variable. Let's say str is the name of variable, and inside this variable you provide a string value. So how to provide a string value? That should be passed inside this single quotation mark, double quotation mark, or triple quotation marks in the Python. Here we will use the double quotation, and let's say you provide a value called code, then space crush. And if you try to check the type of this particular string variable, then it will be of string type. So if I say here print str, or need to say type function, and inside this type you need to pass the name of variable, which is str. Run this code, then see it is of class string as we have provided the same name, so that might be confusing. Let's change it to test. So this is the name, and here we will replace the name test. And if you try to check the class of this variable, then it is of string type because we are assigning the string values. And how these particular values are stored? So the first character is stored at 0th position, so indexing starts from the 0th position. So the second one will be stored at first position, third one will be stored at second, and so on. So in this way the values are stored. Now let's start with the first question. So what is the output of print string 0 if string equal to code crush? So if this particular variable str is having the value code crush, then what will be the output of this at the 0th position? So here you can see at the 0th position we have C. So we will get the output C. Let me show you that here. So if I try to print, here we have the name as test. So we will say a test of 0. So see, we are getting here C. Now let's move towards the next question. So what is the output of print string? Now we are not just providing a single value, we are providing here two values. So basically this is the concept of slicing. So slicing means you just want some part of a particular string. So here we want, if the value of string is code crush, then we want the characters starting from second position going till 5, but this 5 is not included here. Means if you provide a value 5, then it will consider only till 4. So it means it will start from 2. So here you can see the index position 2. So value at that position is D, and it will consider till 4. So 2, 3 and 4. So these three characters will be printed. So D, E and space will be printed. Let me show you that here. So if I say here start from 2 till 5, you run this code. So see, we are getting here D, E and a particular space because it will start from 2 and continue till 4. This 5 will not be included. Whatever value you provided here, let's say if you provide here 6, then till 5 it will print. So C will be also printed. If I say here 6, then you can notice the difference. We are getting here D, E space and C. So in this way, you need to remember how the slicing works. So it will print characters starting from third to fifth. So third character, that is second position. Output would be DE space. Now what is the output of print string starting from 2, and if you don't provided the last position? Like here you have said you want from 2 till 5. But if you don't provide a value, second value inside the square brackets, then what will be the output? So if you don't provide a value, it will start from second position. So from D, and as you have not provided any stop position or the second value inside the square brackets, then it will print till the last position. So here you can see it will print characters starting from third character. So third character means second position, right? Because this is the first character which is at 0th position. So output would be from here D till the last position till H. Let me show you that here. So if you don't provide a second value here, so in that case, all the characters till the last position will be printed. Now the next question, what is the output of print string plus test if string is code crush? So if you have a variable which is having the value this, and if you are trying to print that particular variable and providing a plus symbol and another value, then what will be the output of this? Let's say in the code, let's say you have provided this test here, and what I will do here, print test plus, and what the value is there, so it is also test. So here you can see test. So this particular test variable is having the value code crush, and after that you are adding test to that particular variable. Now let's see the difference. So see here till this we have assigned the value here to this variable test. After that, this test, whatever value we have provided here, that is added to this particular text. Means this particular statement is concatenating our string, means adding to our existing string. So let's say if I replace this with some another value, let's say xyz, then it will assign that particular value to our text. See, after code crush, this xyz is getting printed. So it will print concatenated string. What is concatenation meaning? It will add to our existing variable. Now let's move towards the next question. So how will you check in a string that all characters are alphanumeric? So this is basically some of the built-in methods in the Python that are used to check the different characteristics of the string. So if you want to check if all the characters are alphanumeric, so what do you mean by alphanumeric? Means it only contains the alphabets and the numeric values. So this is the function is ALNUM. So this is basically a short form for alphanumeric. So this function will return true if string has at least one character and all characters are alphanumeric. If all characters are alphanumeric, then it will return true. Otherwise, it will return false. So let's check in the demo. So here we have the test variable, and we will say test dot. So here you need to provide a dot, and then the all the built-in methods that are available for the string variables that you will get here. So you need to say here is alphanumeric. So it will check if this particular test variable is alphanumeric or not. Let's run this code. So we are getting here false. So this means this is not alphanumeric. So you will guess here all these characters are alphabet. So why we are getting here false? So we are getting here false because there we have used one special character, that is a space here. So due to this space, it is not considered as alphanumeric. If I remove this space and try to run this now, see we are getting here true. So in this case, it is alphanumeric, and you can have the digits also. So I will say here 1, 2, 3, then we will get here true. But if we use any another symbol, let's say I have used here dollar. So in this case, it will return false because this time we have used a special character. So remember this function is alphanumeric. So that is used to check if all the characters are alphanumeric or not in a string. Next one is how will you check in a string that all characters are digits? Now we want to check if all the characters are digits or not. So in this case, the alphabets or the special characters will considered as not a digit. We just want the numbers, right? So isdigit is the function or the method. It returns true if a string contains only digits and false otherwise. So let's see that. So what is the method name here? You just need to provide your dot test dot, and it will get you the method. So it was isdigit. You can see many methods are there. They can be used as per your requirements. So isdigit. So in this case, we should get false, right? Because here we have the characters also and digit also. But we just checking here is digit. So if we provide only digit here, then what will happen? Let's see. So it's saying true because we have provided a numeric value here. Now the next question, How will you check in a string that all characters are in uppercase or lowercase? So isupper and islower are the two methods that are used to check whether the characters in a string are in uppercase or lowercase. So isupper will return true if all the characters are in uppercase, and islower will return true if all the characters are in a lowercase. Let's check that. So if you say here, for that let's have all in uppercase. Let's say code test dot is upper. See, we are getting a true because all the characters are in the lowercase. If I make one character in lowercase, then it will return me false because all are not in uppercase. And if I make all of them in lowercase and try to check is lower, then it will return me true because they are all in lowercase. So in this way, you can compare the two methods, that is upper and is lower, as per the character case. So let's move towards the next question here. So how will you remove all the leading white space in string? So if you have any white spaces to a particular value at the leading, means at the start, that can be removed with the help of a strip method. So ignore this I here. It is strip method that removes all the leading white space in string. Let me show you in the demo. Let's say I have this particular two spaces in the start. Here you can see I have provided some space in the start, after that one space here, and after that again one space in the last. And if I try to provide here strip method or the built-in function, so what it will do, let's check that. And before that, okay, let's run this. So here you can see we are not getting the spaces that we have provided in the start, means the leading white spaces are ignored. So that was the question, how we can remove the leading white spaces. So with the help of this function, let me print this variable so you will notice the difference. Let's run this code. So in the first statement we have just print this variable, so we are getting the spaces here. Here you can see spaces, but when we call this strip built-in method, so the leading white spaces are ignored, but another spaces are not ignored. It just ignores the leading white spaces. So with the help of string function, we can remove all the leading white space. So that was all the questions about the string data type in Python. We will cover another data type interview questions in the next video. Thank you for watching.